This video is going to be excellent. Welcome back to I'm an Otaku, and I'm going to cook every dish from Food Wars, or Otacook for short. Last month, we took a look at the Gotcha Pork Roll. It was our first episode, and I felt like it turned out pretty good. But this month, we're going to be tackling something a little bit different. It seems simple, but there's one technique that I'm going to have to nail so that we can get this dish right. That is the transforming Furikake Gohan. So, without further ado, let's jump right in, because I already have 700 milliliters of water boiling right now. Well, it's going to be boiling, but I got my 700 milliliters going. And what we're going to start making is our bonito broth. Now, bonito flakes are the dried shavings of the skipjack tuna, and it's used to make a dashi, which is the base for miso soup. You use bonito flakes and kombu, which is a dried kelp, to make dashi. And it is a great flavor base in Japanese cooking. So, we're going to let our water come to a boil, and then we're going to add 30 grams of our bonito flakes. Alright, we have our water boiling, and now I'm going to add our bonito flakes. And the bonito flakes have a very strong smell, very smoky, I would say. So I have 80 grams here. We're just going to add about 30 grams. I should buy a kitchen scale, but that costs money, and we don't have a big budget on the Dev channel. Was that about enough? I need more. Yep, we'll call that right. A little bit more. Now, we'll call that right. Alright, we're going to turn off our heat. Give it a little stir. We're going to let that go. And then next, onto the chicken wings. Alright, so now we're going to work on our chicken wings. Right now I have a tablespoon of sesame oil in a pan. Pan is all heated up, so we're just going to go right in with our chicken wings. Now I have what are called fryer wings. Do not ask me what the difference is between these and regular chicken wings, because I could not find that. I assume that these are just smaller than other chicken wings, because when I was looking at the other chicken wings, those ones were beefed up. Those chickens had bigger arms than me. Need to hit the gym more. Right. So we're going to get these chicken wings a nice color, and that's going to give us some good flavor. Can I fit all of these into the pan? The answer is yes. Look at that. All right. Now, if you're familiar with Food Wars, you would know that the transforming Furikake rice does not have chicken in it. It has egg, rice, and then the aspic that Soma throws on top. Well, the aspic uses the gelatin that we break down from the chicken in the stock to make it set. So basically, in the show, Soma made a bunch of chicken wings and decided not to serve them to Erina. I don't get this. I don't know what he did with them either. I don't know if he ate them. I don't know if he threw them away. I don't know if they didn't taste good. But who knows? So we will not be adding this into the rice. But, however, I will be eating it. Alright, while the chicken is cooking, you can probably hear it still, I'm going to just strain our bonito flakes out of our broth here with this cool little sieve that I bought just for this video. Oh, there's bonito flakes stuck in the bottom. BRB. I need this pan, so I need all these bonito flakes to get out of here. right. Give it a little shake. Get all that good broth out of there. Now with these, we can just discard, and then we're going to go back to our chicken. And we'll use this broth a little bit later. All right, our chicken is done. Has a beautiful color on it. Show you right there. Show you right there. There it is. There's the chicken. We're going to add it into our pot here that we made our bonito stock with. Chicken, quiet down. All right. Everybody into the pool. Oh no! Oh geez. Soldier down. We lost a soldier. Oh gosh. Okay. Geez. I'll clean. Oh no. I'll clean it up later. Jeez. I'm gonna burn myself. There. Crisis averted. All right. Get that out of here. Okay. So. Ignore the mess over there. So now to our chicken, we are going to be adding our bonito stock back into the pot. On top of our broth and chicken, we are also going to be adding 1 tablespoon of sake. This is the same sake that I used for the gotcha pork roll. I don't know if it has to be a different kind of sake, but who knows. Also, I have still not tried this sake. I don't know. I'm scared of it. Also, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. It is sake. I am saying sake. Anyway, speaking of sake, we are going to be adding another tablespoon of mirin. Splash a little bit. 50 cc's of soy sauce, which is not a small amount of soy sauce, let me tell you. But it's Japanese cooking, so they like their soy sauce. There's our soy sauce. But that is not all, because last but not least, 1 tablespoon of ginger. Take a little ginger nugget, and we're just gonna grate that in there. Now, if you didn't know, a fun little trick for peeling ginger is you actually take a spoon and you just kind of take the business end of it and you just kind of smack on it. I should have recorded it, but I was worried about the chicken, and then I didn't want to record the chicken because the chicken was being loud. Anyway, we're just going to grate this down. Alright, that should be enough. And then we're just going to take our little thing out. Look at that beautiful yellow color on the ginger. Alright, so get everything out of the thing. Okay. We're going to take this over high heat again. We're going to bring it all to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it and let it reduce. The key is reducing. Because when we let it reduce, what actually happens is that we take all the liquid away, and then we're left with a bunch of solids, and then the solids will set over time, and then we get our little aspic. I think it's an aspic. I've been calling it an aspic this whole time. It's gelatin, it's jello, call it whatever you want. And that's what's going to melt over our rice. And we'll talk about that much later. We'll be back when it's reduced, I think. Alright, it has been half an hour to 40 minutes. I'm going to be honest, I lost track. But my AC just started leaking. What the heck? Anyway, I'll have to email about that later. So anyway, we're just going to take this here, and we're just going to empty back into our sieve from earlier, into our bowl from earlier. Go right in. Oh, frick. Here we go. Put this aside. Keep the chicken wings in the sieve. Alright, we're just going to drain this out from there. Now, I hope I was able to reduce this enough, because if I didn't, this won't work, and then I will have a video. And I would like to have a video. Alright, that looks like we're good there. So I'm going to get these chicken wings onto a plate because I will be snacking on these later. Bam. All right, so our chicken wings are out of our broth. We're gonna let the broth cool a little bit and we're gonna let the fat come up to the top and then we're gonna skim off the fat. All right, so we are going to skim the fat with a little trick that I learned from Alvin's video off the Babish Culinary Universe. I will be leaving his video linked in the description. His video on the dish we're making today. Also, I will be leaving Chef PK's video because that's the one that I'm kind of going off of. Chef PK's was really informative and actually helped me figure out that I had to reduce the stock a whole bunch. Because I did try to make this before and it did not work out. That footage is no more, so hopefully this is a little bit better. Hopefully I am better than the last time when I was making the pork roll too, because that video wasn't so great, but I'm trying. So basically what I'm just doing is I'm taking this paper towel and I'm skimming it over the top here to take out some of the fat that's just kind of floating on top. Hopefully I'm doing it right. It's getting a little clearer. So now what we're going to do now that it's clear is we're going to take a little bowl here. We're going to use this square mold. This was actually, it's a Tupperware that I stole from my grandma. Don't worry, I'll give it back. I'm seeing her this weekend. So I'm just going to very carefully pour into our little mold here. And the reason why I'm using a square Tupperware is because we want cubes when I cut later. So this is going to go into the fridge and we're going to try to make that set up. Hopefully it sets up. I'm giving myself like 2 hours for it to set up. And if it doesn't set up, I don't know what we're going to do. It's pretty late. Hopefully this works. All right. Our stock is cooling in the fridge. I have consumed 8 chicken wings. And since we have some time, I thought it would be nice to talk about the chapters. So, these chapters, we get introduced to everyone's favorite character, the queen of this series, Erina Nakri. And boy, Erina is a great main girl. If you've never heard of Food Wars before, you know who Erina is. She has everything, and she is the perfect main girl for a series like this. She's a little tsundere, she's got the hot looks for those ecchi foodgasm scenes, and her and Soma have a great dynamic, and it is introduced here flawlessly. And a fun theme is also introduced here, being the theme of eggs. Now, eggs with Soma and Erina happen all the time. You will see as we talk more about the show years down the road when we finally get there. I'm going to be doing this forever. Anyway, you will see further down the line that eggs keep coming up when it comes with Soma and Erina. And it's a really good poetic device to just have us thinking about their relationship. Just whenever eggs get brought up, it's like, ah, it's the thing they did the first time they met. That's cute. Anyway, we are also introduced to a new main character, Hisako, which Hisako's a little secondary, but I actually have a soft spot in her heart. If you don't know who her dub voice actress is, you might want to take a look at her and some of the roles she did, because there's one in there that you will be shocked to find out. Also, speaking of dubs, I don't mind the Food Wars dub. I know that when it comes to Erina, people tend to have some problems with it. Tsunderes, in my opinion, just don't really translate well. I get that. They come off a little too Valley Girl, but Erina isn't that bad, especially compared to Yukana from My First Girlfriend is a Gal. If you haven't heard that dub voice, man, you'll know how bad dub voices can be. No hate, it's just, she's so basic. It's not that great. Anyway, when it comes to Soma, I mentioned this before, I don't know why he just didn't serve Erina these chicken wings. He sat here all this time making these chicken wings and he didn't serve them to her. I don't know if he was like, I'm not serving this girl chicken wings or what. Also, again, just like last time, it's taking me forever to make this. How long is Erina sitting around, like, waiting for this? How fast is Soma? Jeez. So I didn't bring this up the last episode because first episodes don't have OPs and endings, but since we're on the second episode, we can pose the question, how's the OP? It's okay. How's the ED? It's okay. Probably better than the first OP. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest right out the gate. I don't love a lot of the Food Wars openings and endings. There's a couple that I like, and we'll talk about them, again, much later. So, that's gonna take care of that for the chapter wrap-up. I'll see you when our stock is set and we have our rice going. Bye-bye. Alright, so I have some rice going, and I just checked the aspect, and it is set. Or at least it's setting. I hope it is actually set. But at least it is set. Well, it looks solid, we'll say that. But if I try to pull it out and it doesn't look good, I'm gonna be sad. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop up some of these green onions here. We're going to use that for our garnish for our furikake. Just going to go in here. I'm cutting these too big. I'm not super experienced with cutting, as you can tell. Any chefs out there are probably crying watching me do this. It's fine. I have many a green onion. Also, you can see just off frame, I have a little deli-tainer, so I can pretend to be an actual chef. Yeah, those all look about the same size. Totally. Alright, get these over here. Hopefully, trying this one will be a little bit better. That part's seen better days, so I'm not going to use it. Alright, we'll try this bit. Just let the knife do the work, right? Okay. Alright, that looks like enough for our purposes. Alright, just going to throw this in our deli-tainer, and then we will move on to the most important part. Oh geez. Then we'll move on to the most important part, the egg, after I make a big mess. See, I told you. Alright, so here we have our bowl, and then we're going to crack our eggs into it. Then we will whisk it up. Now I always crack my eggs on the countertop. And I'm also not that great at it. But we will try. That one went pretty well. Put it in the carton. I'm throwing it all away anyway. Making a mess. I'll clean it up. I always do. I'm doing way better at cracking eggs than I normally do. I think now it's because I'm just kind of trying at it. Normally I'm very timid when it comes to cracking eggs. Okay, eggs have been cracked. My hands have been thoroughly messed, and now I will be adding a tablespoon of sugar into this. Which is actually a very common thing in Japanese recipes to use. They put sugar in their eggs. Tablespoon goes in. Also, don't tell anyone, but I might have forgot to put sugar in the aspic, and I was supposed to do that. But we're just not going to tell anybody. We're going to keep that a secret between you and me. Alright, close that up. Whisk our eggs in our bowl that is totally big enough. Now I'm sure Soma used chopsticks to whisk up his eggs, but I don't own chopsticks. Maybe I should get some for these cooking videos so that I can eat with chopsticks and cook with them. Making sure we're thoroughly mixed here. And yeah, we will call that good. Alright, Our green onions have been chopped, our eggs have been mixed, our aspic has been set, and our rice is cooking. I'm just gonna wait until the rice is cooked, and then we'll start cooking the eggs. And oh, also we have to cut the aspic. I think we're gonna do that next. Be right back. So here is our aspic. Looks really good, nice and jiggly. I am really proud of myself for the way this turned out. Just like how I was proud of myself the last time when we made the pork roll. I was impressed with how I was able to roll it up. But now, here we must contemplate taking it out of the mold. So I think what we're gonna do, also I'm not wearing my apron, I don't know if you can tell, but it'll come back eventually. I'm just gonna try to coax it down from the sides here with this spatula. I think this is set enough. I hope it's set enough. Looks like it's staying together. Now, I didn't line this or anything. Okay. Oh, I think it plopped down. Nope. Hello? It's still in there. Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm going to mess around with this. Hopefully I can free it. And then by the time you guys come back, hopefully it'll be free. Okay. This is a mess. Okay, so I resorted to cutting a square out of it, and it stuck to the spatula, and now I just kind of have this. We're going to pretend like we didn't see that. Also, it did set up very well. It is very gelatinous, but also it doesn't want to stay together. So we're going to put that over there. And we're going to try to grab another bit here. Gently, 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 gently hit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're just going to chop away here. That, look at that, look at that. Alright. Alright, we're going to bring this a little bit back. Whoop! Chop it up. Chop it up. Oh, get it in there. Alright, and there we go. Now we're going to take these little bits. We're going to put them into this deli tainer. Oh. Get in there. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this aspic. I'll probably just find a way to save it. Come on, get up off of there. Alright, probably chop up a little bit more. Use this little bit over here. Come here. Alright. Okay. Then we're going to pile our egg on top of that, and then we will throw it on top of our rice, just like Soma does it in the manga/anime. Alright, we're about to cook our eggs. I have a pan here with a tablespoon of sesame oil. It's the same oil that we use for our chicken. And we're going to try to get these eggs perfect. Throwing in our egg, and then we're just going to start moving around. So we want really small curds for our egg. So we want to make sure that we keep the egg moving. At least that's what I think we want to be doing. Yep, I see the eggs starting to come up, starting to form. I probably didn't have my pan warm enough when I started. That's okay. It's not like eggs are easy to cook, and it's not like eggs are a tried and true method to see how good a chef is. It's not like that at all. Okay. Get it moving a little bit more. I wish I was better at cooking eggs. I so do. I practice a lot on my own for breakfast, but I always tend to not do a great job. Okay. Let it go a little bit more. Again, I'm sure the comments are screaming at me because I'm doing it wrong. Also, make sure to leave a comment, especially if I'm doing it wrong. I will get better, or at least I will try to. Also, the rice is done. Alright, so we're going to keep it moving. I see it's starting to come together. We're coming together.
Huh?
It's just scrambled eggs. How hard can it be? I also might have added too much oil, but that's okay. At least I think it's okay. It's all gonna be a-okay. I have some big chunks starting to form, which is kind of not what I want. Okay, keep it all moving around, keep it all moving around. I know chefs a lot of the time when they're cooking eggs, they'll like move it off the heat a lot, so we're gonna try moving it off the heat a lot. This is where everyone finds out that I am totally a poser and I just like watching cooking shows and I'm not great at the actual cooking. Alright, we're coming together here.
Huh?
Right, eggs are actually starting to look pretty okay. They're looking hopefully as intended. I don't have as small a curds as I think I want, but that is a-okay to me. This isn't for Aeronanockery or anything. This is just for me, for people to make fun of me on the internet for, and we are coming together here just nicely. I remember Alton Brown saying something about if the egg looks cooked in the pan, then it is going to be cooked on the plate, or overcooked on the plate. So, we are just about done. Even if they do look a little under, I will let them go for a little bit longer, given that I do not want to consume undercooked egg. And then, okay. Yeah, we're gonna call that. All right, so we're gonna go off the heat, and then we're gonna put everything together, and we'll see how it turned out. Okay, I needed to do this really quick because the eggs were hot. Here we have our rice, and here we have our egg in aspic, and watch as it transforms. All right, I'll get some better B-roll. Oh, also the green onion. This looks exactly like the anime. Now, it doesn't now because there's a bunch of bites taken out of it because I've recorded this 3 times and I keep eating it too much while I'm doing it. But anyway, I'm gonna take a bite and pretend it's my first time. It's really good. Now, this might just be because I had the wings earlier and they were coated in this sauce that I made that the aspic has become. But I can taste the chicken in the aspic, which, if you remember from the anime, Erida does call out the chicken flavor in this, but there's no chicken on it, and she's getting that from the aspic that melted into the sauce on the rice. And this sauce on this rice is really good. It has such a strong umami from the soy sauce, and that's going really well with the sugar that we put in the eggs. Really smart idea. We should do that more often in America. So, anyway, I highly recommend making this. And Like I said, down in the description you have 2 recipes. One from Chef PK, one from Alvin. Both of those guys I really respect. It mean a lot to me if you would watch their videos and give them some love, send them from me. But anyway, tune in next time when I'm going to try to make the beef bourguignon. But until then, you're welcome.